chain, got me the shoes, throwing a stack in the plastic. We didn't have it. All of the cars, the jewels, the chains, the girls, man, they couldn't change me. I'm in too deep like I'm Brady. This is my life and no one can save me. The people are talking, feeling so different, telling me who are you lately. I'm still going hard and doing the things I did when I was 18. I like to sip liquor and buy a girl dinner for real, then chill for the night. I like it when she keep it honest and give me that look when I'm doing it right. I don't wanna stress and think about things I'll do the rest of my life. Just chill with the crew, there's really no rules. We running this shit every night.
Yo, welcome back to King Sportscast. Crazy day. Some trade rumors are going to be flooding the market. Anthony Davis has just requested to be traded from the Pelicans. I got my boy Mark back here with us to talk some basketball. How's it going, man?
Good, man. Good to be here. It's a great day to be here. As I sit here in my Lakers shirt, this Anthony Davis stuff's got me hyped. Obviously, we've known it's been coming, I think, but to have it be official, to have it be this early, I'm in a good mood.
I would be in a great mood if the Celtics were even allowed to trade for him now, but I don't think he's going to make it.
Yeah, Derrick Rose, man, he kind of screwed you. The Rose rule. I don't think he's going to make it to July 1st. I think a deal's going to get done before then. I hope anyway, because obviously your Celtics can make a better offer than anybody
if they were allowed to trade.
Yeah,
so
exactly. That's without giving up Kyrie.
I think the Celtics have I think it would be tougher to out with their prospects more than the Lakers prospects. I still think Jason Tatum is, probably the best prospect out of all the young core players on all those teams.
Yeah.
Other than maybe if Kuzma elevated himself defensively.
True. I mean, I think Kuzma's really shown himself this year that he's got something in him, more so than Ingram and Lonzo have. But Tatum,
I would trade everyone. I would trade everyone but Kuzma, so Ingram, Hart, Lonzo, Zubac, and the first, and just keep Kuzma. That would be the perfect deal, but I don't think they're gonna. I think they're gonna have to get Kuzma if they trade him now.
I think so too. I think based on the way Kuzma's played this year, the Pelicans are gonna want him, and honestly, the way Ingram and Lonzo have played this year on the other end of the spectrum, they're not as enticing as I think the Lakers were hoping they would be. They haven't played as well. But Kuzma has. He's balled out this year, so he's got some value as a young player still on his rookie deal who's, coming into his own.
He's probably the player on the deal that makes it worth it.
Yeah, for the Pelicans. And
I think Zubac too. Zubac's played amazing recently. I mean,
he's a hidden gem, man. I watched a lot more
Lakers
Lakers
keep him,
games.
if you could keep either Kuzma or Zubac and get rid of all the other pieces, I think you go the next day. Because if you get Zubac and Anthony Davis as the bigs on the floor,
oh, dude, it's all
How do the Warriors stop that?
No, with Boogie Cousins maybe, but he's not going to be there for long.
He's not the defensive on offense,
and I don't think he can handle Anthony Davis, defensively.
No.
Anthony Davis, obviously,
he's a hoss defensively.
Yeah, he's special, man. He's special. You get him with LeBron, those two alone.
I think the Rich Paul effect as well is it just I feel like we all feel like it has to be
How is
Lakers.
that not tampering? How is that not tampering? I mean, I'm a huge LeBron fan. Don't get me wrong. I'm a LeBron stan, I would go so far as to say. But
social media has kind of pushed the thread of what tampering is, because I think I saw DeAndre Hopkins today comment on Jalen Ramsey saying Texas has tax-free just like Florida. And Jalen goes, noted. It's like, that's
right.
kind of sketchy.
Right.
Like, is that not, like,
No.
obviously, I don't know, and LeBron's definitely, LeBron having dinner with Anthony Davis after the game in L.A., I think a lot of people.
It's sketchy. And Rich Paul being LeBron's best friend from his childhood and being his agent and also the agent for other superstar players, you look at it and you say, well, obviously then LeBron's stirring the pot behind the scenes to try to make this work for himself. And, I don't know that you could ever prove it, but obviously the Rich Paul effect is very real.
There's so much leverage from LeBron having all of his money. Me and my friends talk about the LeBron leverage that he not only has with Rich Paul and having that agency with players, that he has in the media, because he has a couple dudes that questionably are they on LeBron's payroll? Like, we've thought about it. Is Nick Wright and Colin Coward and Shannon Sharp, are they getting paid some third-party way?
Would you be surprised, though?
Absolutely
No
not.
way. No way.
Absolutely not. I don't know. It'd be...
That's a Godfather move by LeBron if he
Legend.
was, man. Yeah.
Legendary move.
You know?
That alone... But other than the Lakers, which I think in all reality, if you have to go get AD and you give up...
You give up whatever they want. At the end of the day, if it's going to be Kuzma's the deal breaker, then Kuzma's gone. Like, I'm sorry. Anthony Davis is that good.
Seeing how the teams played without LeBron, are you going to waste LeBron's next 3 years? You put a player who's in his prime with LeBron, who seems to be more of leaning to be a complimentary player.
Sure.
He's kind of more like LeBron. He's not seemingly aggressive, but the most physically dominant player like ever, or something.
Yeah.
Like, you know, just crazy physically athletic, dominant, can handle the ball, being huge. Like,
Right.
And I think for him to be able to play all the defense for LeBron, like, he would be the perfect player for LeBron to be that number 2 guy with him.
Yeah.
And then whoever comes along as being the third person, you could even have Kyrie come in the summer with them. Kyrie, LeBron, and AD. It just sounds crazy.
Yeah. It's like putting Anthony Davis on those Cavs teams instead of Kevin Love. So that could have worked. That could have been a three-peat in Cleveland if that was the case. I honestly think, and it's pretty poetic too. If you look at the history of the Lakers when they had Magic and Kareem, this is kind of the reverse of that. Magic came in as Kareem was older. He was the distributing point guard who was able to take Kareem to those 5 championships, and it's kind of the opposite now. You've got the aging point forward in LeBron getting the young superstar center in Anthony Davis who can come in, and who knows, man? Who knows how many championships
who
they
is
can
going to
win.
be James Worthy?
Right, exactly. Who's going to be that third person? And you know that there will be a third person, especially if they get...
Like, imagine if they figure out how to get, like, Kawhi comes
They'll
to
have
that defensive lineup for
LeBron,
LeBron.
Kawhi, AD.
Like, LeBron is not going to be your best on-ball lockdown defender anymore, but if he has 3 or 4 great defenders to
roam,
tell where to go...
And he can roam and direct traffic back there, it's over. Anthony Davis is already a Defensive Player of the Year candidate.
I mean,
don't even get me started on if they get Kawhi, it's over.
They could get Clay.
Clay would be a great fit.
Clay would be
Perfect
crazy.
fit next to LeBron.
Clay,
Perfect.
AD, and LeBron would be crazy.
The fit with those 3 is beautiful.
And Clay would get to shoot the ball more.
Yes.
Like, he would get to do more offensively than he's asked for in Golden State. I think Kevin Durant, I think he's socially aware enough, because he's almost too aware of what's happening socially.
Sure.
That he knows that he has to leave and win a title somewhere else, or he'll
never get the legacy he wants.
Exactly. And obviously Steph Curry, in my opinion, he's the only one there that really has to retire a Warrior.
Yeah.
Maybe Draymond. Like, if Draymond stayed,
I don't think Draymond's gonna stay, but yeah.
Yeah, if Draymond were to
he would
stay,
be the
I don't
one
think.
too,
I think when Draymond leaves, he'll have less of a career than he had with the Warriors.
Yeah, he'll never be that.
Yeah, he'd have to have the core stay, and he just like win 6 or 7. Just he'd be Dennis Rodman.
Sure, exactly. That's a good.
You know what I mean?
comparison,
Like, he would basically be that defensive anchor on a championship team, or Robert Parrish.
Right.
You know, like, you'll be known as a top maybe 50 player, top 75 player, because of how winning you are.
That would be the only thing. Yeah, you're right.
In the longevity. You
Sure.
know what I mean? And maybe if he somehow got his, like, Defensive Player of the Year award again.
Right.
But as of right now, he doesn't even look like he's a great defender anymore.
No, he's struggling, and I don't know how much of that is just saving himself, which I think the Warriors have dealt with a lot of that the past few years. But just going back to Klay Thompson's fit next to LeBron and AD, could you imagine LeBron and AD running a pick and roll and Klay Thompson's in the corner just spotting up for 3? I mean, you can't stop that. What are you gonna do? What do you give up? You're giving up either a dunk for AD, a drive by LeBron, or an open 3 to Klay Thompson, because you can't cover all 3. So what are you going to do?
Especially in the modern NBA.
Exactly. What are you going to do? That would be unstoppable. And Klay's a great defender. Anthony Davis is obviously a great defender. LeBron can be a great defender when he wants to be. That, to me, is the perfect scenario for the Lakers. That's unlikely to me because Klay Thompson. But
the cool thing, I mean, Kawhi could do the same thing.
Yeah.
He's probably not as a knockdown shooter.
Not a spot-up shooter like that, but still.
But your defensive he's probably a little bit better than Clay defensively.
A better
if
isolation
not.
scorer,
Yeah,
too.
yeah. So maybe it would be smoother with Clay right off the rip.
Better fit,
like
yeah.
right off the rip, it would flow. Kawhi might take a little bit
Higher ceiling with Kawhi, though.
high weight, especially
Yeah.
full, like not just on the offensive side
Right.
of the basketball.
Right.
I think too with Kyrie, the cool aspect if they got Kyrie in the summer, you could do stretches where AD and LeBron don't have to be on the floor and they still have like a still a high plus minus.
Oh, yeah.
It's Kyrie and AD in the pick and roll.
Yeah, exactly. It's a similar kind of thing. You can't stop it. How about LeBron trolling everybody with his Instagram post with the song about Kyrie and Take Me Back or whatever that was, man? Like, I know he loves to make fun and put that stuff out there so we all go nuts, but, you know, Kyrie started it with his whole, I called LeBron the other day and had to apologize for being that young kid that didn't want to listen, and you know they're putting it out there now. So we've seen before with these kinds of things where there's smoke, there's fire, and who knows? Kyrie's a free agent, and he'll be able to go wherever he wants. Might he go back with LeBron? I mean, his best years of his career were with LeBron.
He seemed to have cleared any of the drama-esque air with his I called LeBron after the game thing. Right. So Kyrie's a troller too.
He is. They're both enjoy to troll the media, yeah. No doubt about it.
They love it. Absolutely love it. So I guess what are the other teams other than the Lakers? We've kind of dived in of all the Lakers scenarios if they get AD. I think everyone in the NBA kind of wants that. We all want to see Warriors, Lakers, conference finals,
please.
LeBron AD versus the Warriors.
Yes.
Like that'd be awesome.
It would be fantastic. Absolutely.
So what are the other teams in play? I see the Knicks, and the Knicks are obviously gonna send a package over.
Does Kristaps have to be involved? Because if he does, I mean, obviously Anthony Davis has proven to be a better player, but if you have to give up Kristaps plus for the Knicks, it's almost not worth it. From what they saw from Porzingis when he was healthy, that guy was a legitimate, looking like a future MVP candidate himself. If he has to be on the table, I mean, obviously if it's 1-for-1, you do it all day long, but it's not going to be that. It's going to have to be Kristaps plus a pick plus, whoever else they want, and I almost think the Knicks might not do that. And it's a risk thing on the Pelican side, too, with Porzingis coming off the injury. Played all year. He's a 7'4" guy with a major injury.
Are they really going to go down the path of destroying their whole team again and giving away draft picks to have a player in his prime play by himself for a broken organization?
With Carmelo, yeah, exactly.
I think they just need to pick low, and if they can get rid of have AD and KP and go with the free agent money they're going to have in the next couple of years, then I see parting with the picks. But if you have to part with the picks and Kristaps having a chance to have the number one, getting Zion, it's tough.
It's tough, man. It is. And obviously the other team that's been mentioned quite a bit is Boston. And, we already touched on the rules kind of stopping them from being able to put the full offer there yet. They can't have Kyrie and AD on the same team because of the Rose rule. If they want to make a deal now, Kyrie has to be in that deal. And obviously I don't think Boston's willing to do that. And so then it comes down to will you give up Tatum, Brown, Rozier plus, and I don't know if Boston would do that. Boston fans, I'll ask you as a Boston fan, how high are you on Jason Tatum? Would you be willing to part with Tatum if it meant getting AD, but you also have to get rid of Tatum, Brown, Rozier?
If Kyrie was less of an injury, if he was less of an injury risk and wasn't like possibly leaving in the summer, but if you get rid of the young guys and then Kyrie leaves and all you have is Anthony Davis, then aren't you just the Pelicans?
Yeah, right. And you got Brad Stevens.
Yeah, and
but still, I see where you're coming from.
They'll probably be way more competitive in the East than the Pelicans have been in the West. So I mean they'll still do well.
Yeah, I mean,
but is that what we've been stacking picks and getting players to do? I really think Jason Tatum is basically untouchable at this point. To most Celtics players, the only people maybe in the media that think they're going to flow that around, but everyone else would be on the table.
Sure, and they have draft picks.
Yeah, they have picks, and they could package like Brown and Rozier or something like that, or Brown, Rozier, and someone that could see that. But I don't see getting rid of Tatum as being maybe even Marcus Smart, even though I really like Marcus Smart. Like if you package those three players, but do the Pelicans need more of those
type of players. I don't know.
I don't see
and
how
Marcus Morris has had a career year this year. He's really boosted his value. So he's probably worth more now than what we thought originally.
Yeah, so you could technically do Morris, Brown, and Rozier and a couple picks, and
they could do that. Well,
and you'd at least get a player that plays at like maybe a B grade level compared to like an A+ of Anthony Davis, and you get a couple players in return and 2 picks. Right. So you actually get pretty good value.
You'd figure Horford's probably got to be in the deal too, right? I think they'd want more than Brown, Rozier, and the young guys and picks. I think,
and you probably do Horford too, obviously.
Yeah,
because then you also get out of it. But he's in an okay deal. He doesn't have a.
He's not super highly paid. He plays well.
I think he doesn't have the super max, but he has like the max for players who've like he has like the second or third tier max contract.
Right. The 90% of the max or whatever.
Yeah, so he still gets paid a decent amount, but he does do a lot for our team. But if you had to part ways without Horford,
obviously,
you're going to do that.
Yeah.
Because if you could get Kyrie, Tatum, and Anthony Davis,
that's amazing.
Yeah, that's right there. And then you obviously fill and plug in for the rest of them.
Right. Yeah, well, you make it work. And Brad Stevens is the mad scientist, and he'd make it work, obviously. I got a lot of faith in him. But honestly, with the timing of this announcement, it feels to me like AD is pushing his way to the Lakers. If he wants to get traded now, he's basically pushed Boston out of the picture and left it to where the Lakers are the team that can offer the most. And that's a team that's in a position to re-sign him.
Is it the weirdest thing also that LeBron James has been injured and been out?
Yeah.
And then this happens
What's he
as
been
he's
doing?
been injured. And then during this time, the Lakers have played bad. So it's like, these players are good, but they, aren't ready to win now.
Right.
So AD says, I need to get traded now.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, we could trade these players, and you get AD.
Yeah.
And then LeBron comes into the lineup.
Healthy.
Anthony Davis is back,
AD's
and
here.
you have maybe one, if not none of those players, and then you just figure it out as you go. It'd be dancing Lance, AD, and LeBron. That's
and Rondo. Hey, Rondo and AD almost pulled it off last year.
And think about it. Do you get Rondo because you know that AD's coming in the next year,
why
and they
you
already
have Rondo
because he already has experience together, which is also sketchy.
Yeah, you gave KCP the huge deal so you can help match contracts with him. This has been definitely in the works for a while. I think. The Magic or
Michael Jordan is the best checkers player ever.
Sure.
LeBron James is the best chess player.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think that night when he met with Magic Johnson, all of this was discussed at length, and I think AD has been the guy that they've known they're going to go after. I think everything.
How much does Rich Paul know Connective? Probably knows all of it, which is crazy.
It's already probably set, man. The deal is probably already
it's
set.
The NBA AU.
It is. It's unbelievable. And it's exciting for me, like I said, as a Lakers fan, as a LeBron fan. It's really exciting. Hopefully they can get this done this year. If he manages to stay in New Orleans until the summer and Boston then comes into play full force, then they obviously can offer more than anybody else. Then it would come down to AD saying, I'm not going to re-sign in Boston, so if you trade for me, you're wasting your time. You're going to get me for a year and I'm out.
Do you think he goes that route if he thinks the Lakers aren't able to close the deal? Or do you think it doesn't matter to him and it's less is involved? They're like LeBron, obviously this is the goal, but Anthony Davis. Because the real question is Anthony Davis either he's in on it completely,
right?
Or
I think he is.
Which most likely he is. It's he like LeBron knows that he wants to leave, trying
to make it happen.
Around while Anthony Davis is making his own life decisions,
right?
Which is crazy to kind of think about.
But it's all connected. But like Anthony Davis made it known that he cares about winning, and from everything he said publicly, it's about legacy and championships for him. That being the case, if he makes it to the summer and Boston makes an offer for him, Boston's probably a better setup now to win than LA if they get to keep Kyrie and they can keep Tatum and add AD. Then and with Brad Stevens, and you can keep some of the other pieces, they're looking like a better fit legacy-wise for Anthony Davis. Then it comes down to, well, is it really just about winning and legacy, or is it about winning, legacy, lifestyle, branding? Because if those other things play a big role, then obviously it's straight to LA for him. You play alongside LeBron, who's the biggest draw in basically all of American sports. you are right with him every single night, that's only going to help your brand. And if that matters to him, now he obviously hasn't made it public that it does, but I got to think that it kind of does, then I think the Lakers, again, still hold all the cards. But, at the end of the day, it's going to come down. Anthony Davis can overpower any trade by saying, I'm not going to re-sign with this team if you trade me there. Because that takes away all the leverage that Boston has, or that New Orleans has. If Anthony Davis, if the Pelicans
he has
are
to do what Carmelo did.
Yeah.
He has to handle it the way Carmelo did.
Yeah.
I want to be traded,
To
and
this
if I
team.
trade to anywhere, I'm literally not going to sign, and I'm going to the Knicks.
Right.
And hopefully they don't Kawhi him and send him to Toronto.
Right. Which, I mean,
They don't have the pieces.
I don't think...
Who could they, if they trade, they'd have to trade, like Siakam's definitely gone.
Yeah.
Um,
Toronto, you mean, if they want to get Anthony Davis?
yeah.
Siakam's gone. They'd have to get rid of a lot of players, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, it'd have to be a 4 or 5 player deal because
Yeah.
they're almost all complimentary players.
They're not on big contracts either. Like, they'd have to make the salaries match, and then it's Kyle Lowry's probably gone, and
Is that really a loss for Toronto?
I mean, it depends on which Kyle Lowry you're getting on a night-to-night basis.
Are you getting basic cable Kyle Lowry, or are you getting
DirecTV Kyle Lowry? Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
I'll never forget Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan having the worst shooting percentage in the history of a playoff series. They shot in the 20s, like 20-something percent.
They had like the lowest career playoff shooting percentages for a while. They were like last and dead to last for a while. I think
they have the record for
a series, yeah.
Yes.
Wow. I mean, that's sad. Toronto fans, man, that's been tough for them.
It's weird because they're like the best version of an 8-8 NFL team ever.
Yeah.
They are good, but they're really never
great.
Great.
They're
Good
never
enough to
great.
win.
Never good enough to win.
So you're cheering for almost a win.
Right. You're hoping to make it almost to the end, knowing you're going to lose before you actually get
Different
there.
than being like a New Orleans Saints fan and knowing they probably could win a Super Bowl. and
Right.
then they
There's at
lose.
least a chance.
Yeah. Where
As a
it's
Toronto
the
fan-
Raptors, no one believed in you.
No.
The baby dinosaurs.
Baby dinosaurs is right.
One team I think would be cool. Obviously, a couple of their younger players have expressed concern playing is the Mavs. If they could get trade Dennis Smith, a pick, a Harrison Barnes, kind of break that team apart and put Anthony Davis with Luka.
Yeah.
What? Luka
Luka's
in the
tough,
pick and roll with
man.
Anthony
Yeah,
Davis?
Luka's tough, man. Yeah.
That 3-4 would be awesome, and then that small ball lineup with Luka at the 4 and Anthony at the 5 is just incredible.
That is incredible. I mean, obviously, there's more to fill out with that roster because they're a little bit more bare, but still, man, if they could swing that, sure. And Mark Cuban is going to get involved.
I think they play in the same division, so it'd be tough to see New Orleans go in division.
That's another argument I've heard against them or wanting
Going to the Lakers,
right?
'cause
Is
it's
that
in
they're the same
conference.
conference exactly?
Yeah, that's why it wouldn't make sense. Why would the Spurs and Popovich, who doesn't like the
Trade
Lakers,
Kawhi to the Lakers, yeah.
That's stupid.
No. No.
Yeah, the Patriots are gonna trade the Jets all their good players. They're like, yeah, go die in Cleveland. Bye bye.
See ya.
No, so that would be a cool pairing. I don't know what other teams would
Maybe
be.
Portland. They give up McCollum and somebody.
Nurkic,
Nurkic, yeah. Somebody else, maybe one of their wing players.
What's his name? Oh, I can't stand him. The Ohio State grad.
Evan Turner.
Yeah, trade Evan Turner. Evan Turner, the trade piece.
Oh my God.
He's always the end of a trade deal, I feel like.
But dude, I mean, that's a good. But then it's just.
But do the Pelicans want Evan Turner again? I'm pretty sure they had him.
Did they have him? They may have had.
Who hasn't had it?
He's bounced
Who
around.
hasn't
He's
had
bounced
Evan
too.
Turner?
That's true, right? Exactly.
He's like a poor man's Tyreek Evans.
He's like a homeless man's. Yeah, okay. Poor man's Tyreek Evans. Poor man's rookie Tyreek Evans, because Tyreek Evans is now a poor man Tyreek Evans. So.
So normal Tyreek, a lesser version of rookie.
Evan Turner is Tyreek Evans, and it's like, okay, you obviously
Congratulations,
don't want that player.
guys. You were the same player.
But yeah, no, I think there's a lot of interesting fits. It's just a matter of would AD ever re-sign in any of these places, and I think Portland. That could be a formidable team.
Just be risky. Who wants to re-sign in Portland?
Not a lot of players do, right? Exactly right. I mean, if the options are LA versus anything, aside from maybe Miami, most players are going to just take LA for the lifestyle, everything else being equal. And that's the Lakers got LeBron because of that. They didn't get LeBron because they were a pinnacle of how to run a franchise for the past 5 years. They were a dumpster fire. They got LeBron because they were in Los Angeles. That was literally it. And,
Well, that was the Lakers' fault. You have to let Kobe do what he wants.
You have to let Kobe be Kobe.
But they basically let Kobe be Kobe to a couple,
and then missed on the draft picks.
To the doormat of the conference.
Right. And missed on the picks. That hurts. If they had gotten Tatum instead of Lonzo Ball, things look differently for LA right now. Honestly. Because then you could offer Kuzma in a trade for AD, and this deal might get done right now. And then you have Tatum, LeBron, and AD on the same team.
But do you draft Kuzma if you get Tatum early?
Yeah, I mean, they still took Kuzma late. I don't know that. Why wouldn't they? They obviously liked him.
Tatum's a different player than Ball.
He is, but I mean, obviously, the butterfly effect, unintended consequences, things would change if that pick's.
It's like, are you gonna get another stretch like okay defending, good shooter,
right.
good? And Kuzma wasn't known coming into the draft as like a lethal shooter the way he's shooting now. Right. He was not known for that. So are you? I don't know. It's kind of a tough call to know.
But the point is, though, that the Lakers could have put themselves in a better position had they managed their roster better, had they drafted better, and even the fact that they didn't, they still got LeBron. The magic of being in LA is still a real thing for certain players. It's still the entertainment capital of the world. It's still, you're going to get more exposure there than anywhere else.
Let's talk about the other LA team, the Clippers.
Yeah, I mean, the Clippers are in play for a lot of players now, apparently. Kawhi's been rumored to prefer the Clippers to the Lakers.
Yeah, they're the rumors, I guess, that players don't want to play with LeBron, so they're going to go to the Clippers instead. I don't know how.
I'm not sure how much I really buy into that. It depends on the player, obviously, but, if a guy doesn't want to play with LeBron, what's your reasoning?
But talk about if you're an LA basketball fan and the Clippers get like Kawhi and AD, or LeBron, AD goes to LeBron, Kawhi goes to the Clippers, then Kyrie goes to
the Clippers.
You're talking a bunch of crazy good basketball in that Staples Center.
Yeah.
And that's like a full 82 games because you get both home teams get all their 41 games, so you get a whole season of great NBA.
And the Clippers are good right now.
Yeah.
I mean, they're solid. They're like the no-name team that's really good playing together.
Doc Rivers has proved why he's still a great coach.
This has been the most impressive I've seen him coach since he was in the Magic, honestly. Because, he won a chip in Boston with great talent. Yeah. He doesn't have great talent right now. And he's making them play above their talent level. And that's obviously what a great coach does.
I think he got under the whole like Dunk City, Chris Paul, I don't know, whatever that camp, whatever seems to deal with. I feel like he's retook control of the whole situation. Yeah. Like it's Doc Rivers' show again. Right. It's not like Doc Rivers and Chris Paul and Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan.
And what you just bring up is one of the reasons why people, I think, or why the rumor is out there that people don't want to play with LeBron, is because if you go play with LeBron, it's LeBron's team. He's the GM. He runs everything, and you do what he does, no matter how great of a player you are. And if you're Kawhi Leonard and you're like, man, I beat this dude in the finals. I won finals MVP playing against him. Now I'm supposed to just do whatever he tells me to do? No, screw that. I'm going to go be my own team leader somewhere. Players might have that mentality. These are hyper-competitive guys. But if I'm in the league and I've got a chance to go play with arguably the greatest player ever and win championships playing for the Lakers and Magic Johnson, like that is an allure. That really is.
If Kawhi does anything, like let's say if he like won a chip in Toronto, or like brought the Toronto to a finals and played like competitively against the Warriors, and he leaves, I mean that he would prove that he's still that good.
An elite player.
He had already won a title as the best player on a Spurs team from a great organization. Then he'd be winning more titles somewhere else. He would prove, whether he played with LeBron or not, that he'd be proved that he's a great top 20 NBA player of all time if he can, obviously complete all of those things. It's not like a player who, like AD, he's risked. It's like Kevin Durant, to even win a chip, had to go to Golden State. It's not like he had one before. Like Kawhi Leonard is a championship player.
And a finals MVP. So his legacy is not going to be defined by that at this point.
You could always be like, oh, well, he did win his own finals MVP without LeBron beforehand. He why not live in LA and play with LeBron?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. And that would be my idea.
I mean, if he was the best player on a team with LeBron, that says a lot.
Right, yeah, exactly right. And I think LeBron is willing to take a step back as he ages in terms of on the court, needing to handle all the responsibility. I think he would prefer to defer to somebody. I think that's why he enjoyed playing with somebody like Kyrie Irving, somebody he could give the ball to, and good things will happen, and you don't have to make everything happen yourself. The thing with Kawhi is, though, that man is an enigma. I don't know what he wants. I don't know if he knows what he wants. You know, he talks about wanting to build his brand, wanting to be the man somewhere. Does Kawhi have any media presence, any social media presence? Is he ever out? Do you know anything about Kawhi? Does he do interviews? What does he do to put himself out there? Absolutely nothing.
Kawhi Leonard drives a 96 Chevy Tahoe and lives in like a 3-bedroom house and is, I think his shoes for New Balance now.
Yeah.
Like he definitely does not care about social media or being cool.
But
or selling
the reports
a brand.
are he wants to build his brand, but he does nothing to build his brand. So if you want to just do nothing but play basketball and build your brand, go to LA with LeBron. Your brand will build itself. You build off LeBron's brand. Then you can just play. People will watch you. People will care about you. People will buy your shoes. And you don't have to do anything. Because it seems to me that that's what he wants. He wants to do absolutely nothing but play basketball and then get all these sponsorship deals and these big shoe deals. And, you know, it really doesn't work like that in the NBA. It doesn't. You have to put yourself out there. You have to go do commercials. You have to do those things. And he doesn't want to do that stuff.
You get it how you live, right?
I mean, yeah, that's right.
He's
predicting what that guy.
But he just bought a
house in LA,
like a $3 or $4 million house in LA.
But how many ball players have houses in LA? Like probably a lot. I mean, I'm sure a lot of guys go there in the summertime and hang out there. You always see those pickup runs at UCLA, and it's, you know, a who's who of NBA players. A lot of which probably have homes in LA but don't play in LA.
I think it's something like 80 or 90% of like the major stars in the NBA live in LA.
Have houses,
yeah.
Off season, yeah. I mean, dude, if you're worth hundreds of millions of dollars, yeah, you could get a $5 million house in Beverly Hills that you only stay in a couple times a year. You know, hey, whatever. Rent it out, do whatever you want in the off season or during the season.
We're both pushing Anthony Davis to LA.
I just think that would be so much fun for the league, man.
I'm talking into existence.
That's what we need to do. We need to
heard it
LeVar
here
Ball that
first.
shit, man.
It's official. It's already happening. And it would be funny to see how LeVar Ball handles.
That's another side. I wanted to see how he's going to handle
LeVar
being
Ball
in New Orleans.
is hyper quiet. And
Yeah.
like, I don't know if Daddy LeBron.
Daddy LeBron definitely got some credentials revoked from LeVar. You don't see him at the games. You don't see him giving interviews. I certainly think LeBron, one of the stipulations with him coming to LA in the first place was this guy's got to be out of the picture.
Right.
He's a clown.
Yeah.
Hey, more power to him with the way he's built his son up. Lonzo is not the number 2 overall pick without LeVar. I don't believe that. I think he really did do his job speaking that into existence. But he's gone about as far as his mouth can take.
I never lost.
Never lost. Because I never played anybody.
Yeah, he averaged 2 points a game, I think, for a season in college.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, man, look. The dude's made a lot of money doing whatever he's done. He's made a great life for his kids. He set them up for life. As a father, he's done a great job for that side of things. That being said, he obviously puts his foot in his mouth a lot by sticking his neck out there. But it gets him attention, and that's what gets him the money and the views, and it's worked for him. And I think he's a really smart guy. So it'll be interesting to see what he does if Lonzo gets shipped out to the Pelicans. I'm sure he'll be saying it's the biggest mistake the Lakers will ever make, that he's going to go win 8 championships in New Orleans. I'm sure that's what he's going to say.
The way that the balls look, the way they look, the lifestyle they live, they do not look like they had a bad life. So
No,
LeVar's an
they're
awesome
rich.
dad,
Yes.
and I really wish my dad was the baddest dude on an AAU coach and let me shoot all the time.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That sounds like fun to me.
Absolutely.
What a horrible guy.
Right. No.
Oh, hyper confident about you?
Sure.
Oh, what a dick.
Yeah, I hate that people hate on LeVar for that, for loving his kids and wanting his kids to be the best. There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, just another great story of hating on a man, a father figure. But yeah, so Anthony Davis to LA, guys. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Official.
It's
No, I'm just
officially not official, but
It's officially not official that officially Anthony Davis is going out.
exactly.
So yeah, that's about it. Wanted to dive in on this Anthony Davis trade rumors and just our thoughts and the different directions we're going with it. Mark, appreciate you coming on. Always fun talking some basketball.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, thanks for having me. I enjoyed it. Hopefully something gets done here soon. Probably not. You know, these things tend to drag out, but you know, just the fact that he demanded the trade today or expressed his desire to be traded is big.
Yeah, and it's nice to actually have a piece of exciting news in the NBA that wasn't James Harden scoring 652 points on
Or the
400
Warriors
free
winning
throws.
another game in a row. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
so that was nice. Even though the James Harden thing's been awesome, the Warriors is the Warriors. It's just
That's
you
old
get
news.
what
I'm
you
sick
get.
of that. James Harden that's fun. That's new. That's exciting. We've never seen anybody do what he's been doing.
So yeah, guys, this season's been awesome. Just keep tuning in to the offensive side for sure, because defensively it has been atrocious. Stay tuned. We'll have a new basketball episode for you guys soon. Make sure you guys are following on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube, iTunes, SoundCloud, Spotify, Google Podcasts. I really appreciate the support. Within the next 24 to 48 hours, I'll be releasing a interview of a professional baseball player. He plays in AA, and we have some really cool stories with that. He actually played with Tim Tebow for a little while. So we have some cool stories on that. Say thanks to Mark for coming back on, and until next time, peace.
I don't know where you found this
I do this for my hometown. Bottles of Patron now. I pull up and I let them know now. If I want it, then it's sold out. That's just how it go now. I do this for my hometown. Bottles of Patron now. I pull up and I let them know now. If I want it, then it's sold out. That's just how it go now. Where you at? I'm up in Tampa, I'm at the O. Turn up the bass and light up the dro. Right in your face, cause they didn't know. The kid from the city, your shit about to blow. Pointed at whips, but I'm whipping it though. All of my exes are telling me, oh
my
I told
God.
them to listen, the realest is risen. I had to go handle some shit on my own. Shout out to Tarpon where you could get murked. They hear you talking, get thrown in the dirt.